Hello everyone, my name is Eduardo. Today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create your own SIEM or security event manager. We're going to be using Microsoft's version called Sentinel. We're going to be creating a virtual machine inside Microsoft Azure, and we're going to be exposing that virtual machine to the internet. Within that virtual machine, we're going to be running a custom PowerShell script that's going to be logging the information, the metadata of those who are trying to access the virtual machine. Then using a custom API, we're going to go ahead and feed that data into our Microsoft Azure using Logs Analytic Workspace. Within Logs Analytic Workspace, we're going to go ahead and create custom logs, and we're going to be using those custom logs to parse out the data, including latitude, longitude, state, province, source IP address. Then we're going to go ahead and feed that data into Microsoft Sentinel, and we're going to be able to create a global map of those who are trying to access our virtual machine real time. So let's get right into it. You can create a free Microsoft Azure account. They give you a $200 credit. So this is something that you guys could follow along with and definitely participate in. So let's go ahead, and I've already created my account. So once you've created your account, you can go ahead and go to portal.azure.com. It'll take you to this site here. And so the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to create a virtual machine. Virtual. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go to create here, Azure virtual machine. And we're going to create a Windows virtual machine. So on the resource group, we're going to go ahead and create honeypot. Let's see. Oh, create new. So we're going to do honeypot. We're going to just call it honeypot. Okay, and we're going to call our virtual machine honeypot VM. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and open that in West 3. That's fine. For our image, we're going to go ahead and select Windows 10. Okay, and go ahead and just use the standard size. I'm going to go ahead and use this size right here, 3.5 gigabytes. You're going to need to create a username and password for this virtual machine. This is how you're going to be able to access it through remote desktop. So let me go ahead and create that here. Create a password that you're going to remember. Match them up. Okay, there we go. So this is fine. Leave all of this is fine. You're going to go ahead and press confirm. We're going to go over to next. We're going to leave the disk space as is. Networking, we're actually going to go ahead and switch it from what's that to basic. We're going to go to advanced. We're going to go ahead and create a new group here, and we're going to go ahead and remove this current group. We're going to create a new inbound rule. The source, we'll set it to any. The port range is star for any. And then the destination, we're actually going to set it to star for any. We're going to allow all of this. The priority, we're going to set it down to low. And then for the name, we're going to call it danger any in. Okay. So we're going to add that. Close that. Okay. Normally you wouldn't want to do this. We're doing this intentionally so that people try to access this machine. So we'll leave the rest of it alone. We'll go to management. We should be all set with the other configurations. We're going to go down to review and create. Okay, and so this is the pricing for the machine. Hopefully you should have plenty of pricing available with the $200 credit through Microsoft Azure, the free account. So we're going to go ahead and hit create here. Okay, so that's going to be creating here in the background. So deployment in progress. So we'll go ahead and leave that be. While that's creating, we're actually going to go over to log analytics workspace. So we're going to go ahead and hit that. We're going to go ahead and create a new log analytics workspace. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and touch that to our honeypot resource group, and we're going to call it log honeypot. Okay, and we're actually going to connect this one to West US 2. I had better luck with that one. So we're going to go ahead and review and create. Okay, well, that's loading. We'll wait here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit create. She is chugging along, trying her best. Okay, so deployment's in progress. Well, that's working. We're actually going to go to Microsoft Defender for Cloud. We'll go down into Microsoft Defender for Cloud, environment settings. Oh, there we go. There we go. We need to wait for this to show up. We're going to hit Law Honeypot. Okay. This is the one that we just created, and we're just going to turn on security posture management and servers. We do not need SQL. We're not going to be working with that today. Oops, we got to go ahead and hit save. Okay. We're going to go over to data collection here. We're going to go ahead and hit all events. This is going to allow logs to be sent into Sentinel in just a little while. Okay, so we're going to go back into log analytics workspace. Okay, we're going to hit law honeypot. We're going to go down into virtual machines, and we're going to go ahead and connect our virtual machine that we created earlier to our log analytics workspace. So that's connecting. That's going to take a little while here. All right. And so while that goes, we're going to go ahead and just open up a new tab. We're going to go to portal.azure.com. Okay, and so we're actually going to go ahead and create Microsoft. We're going to create Microsoft Sentinel SIEM. So this is Microsoft's Cloud SIEM Security Information Event Manager. And we're going to go ahead and create Microsoft Sentinel. Okay, and we're going to connect it to our law honeypot here. So we're going to go ahead and hit add. So that's going to be connecting. All right, so that should be loading up. We're going to go ahead and go to our virtual machine now. We check on this thing. This should be all connected. So we are good to go there. So we're going to go ahead and hit our virtual machine. All right, very good. So we're going to go ahead and get these this public IP address. So we're going to go ahead and copy that. We're actually going to head over to Windows Start menu, and we're going to put in remote desktop connection. And then we're going to go ahead and type in our IP address here that we're going to be connecting to. And we're going to hit connect. Okay, and then you're going to go to more choices, use a different account, or we're going to use that login that we just created earlier. So, and I'm actually going to use the wrong password, and I'll show you later why I plan on using this this wrong password here. Okay, so that failed and that was expected. We wanted to go ahead and create a failed login attempt. So now we're going to go ahead and connect, and we're actually going to go into yes, you want to accept the certificate. Move this over. So this is going to be our virtual machine. Get a little tricky here when you're switching back and forth between the two, but we're going to go ahead and make do. So that's going to take a little while to load here. So as you can see, this is the IP address of our virtual machine that we just created. So that we're going to go ahead and let that load. It's going to take a little while here. We're going to turn off all of this unnecessary stuff. We just want a simple Windows desktop. Okay, so we are in here. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and let this thing load up. We're actually going to open up Microsoft Edge just to go through the start menu because we're going to need Microsoft Edge. We're just going to jump through all of the start without your data, continue without this. This we don't need it. All right, good to go. So we're actually going to go to Event Manager. Oh, we're going to hit yes. We're going to accept this. This is fine. Okay, we're going to go to Event Viewer. Okay, so this is going to take a little while to load here. We're going to go to Windows Logs and we're going to go to Security. And these are going to take a little while to load. Okay, we finally got that loaded. I'm going to make this a little larger here so we can get a better view of what's going on. Okay, so these are Windows logs. Where I did want to show you my failed logon attempt, which should be anytime there's a failed Windows logon, it's going to show a 4625. So we're going to create a new entry here. So we're going to go ahead and minimize this. So this is our actual desktop environment. We're actually going to go to remote desktop connection. We're going to try to do another failed attempt. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and hit connect. Okay, and it saved our previous login credentials. And again, I'm going to put the wrong password here. And it's going to fail, and that's good. Okay, we're going to close out of here. We're going to go back to our actual Windows connection here. We're going to go to Actions, and we are going to go to Refresh. Hopefully it shows our latest failure here. Oh, wow. So it looks like someone has been trying to use this Windows administrator. Looks like maybe this IP address had already been used before. Hard to say for certain. It looks like someone else is already trying to get in here. Oh, there I am. So we've got this right here. This is my failed. So it does say my account name, and it should say the source network IP address. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and hit close. So all of that is working. So we are actually going to go into close that. wf.msc. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open that. And we're actually going to go to Windows Defender Firewall Properties. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and turn this off. And domain profile, private profile, we're going to turn that off. We're going to turn off public profile. This is going to allow people to try to break into this computer here. Okay, so that is good to go. And we are actually going to go back here. We're going to go ahead and type in IP geolocation.io. Okay, so with this IP geolocation API, it's going to allow us to gather the information from Windows Event Viewer and gather their IP address to get this information here, the country name, state, province, longitude, latitude. And then we're going to feed this into Microsoft PowerShell script that then is going to feed into our Microsoft Sentinel so that we can go ahead and map out all of the login attempts on a global map. So we're going to go ahead and sign up here. And we're going to, I'll get back to you once I have it up here, okay? Okay, so I'm back. All right. And so what you're going to need to do here is once you've got your API key, okay, we're actually going to go ahead and head over to Google and we're going to search up since we turned off Windows Firewall, we should be able to ping this IP address. So we're going to go ahead and head over to our regular desktop and we're going to go ahead and hit command prompt. And so we're going to go ahead and do ping. We're going to type in the new IP address provided. So 20.150.149.103-T. Okay, and it should be replying. So since we turned that off on the Windows firewall, it's able to communicate. So we're going to go ahead and hit Control-C to stop. Okay, so that's all good and dandy. We're going to head over back here. All right. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get our PowerShell script here. We're going to search up Josh. Okay, so we're going to get this lab here. And we're going to go to custom security log. Shout out to Josh McAdor for getting this log ready here, this PowerShell script. So we're going to go ahead and just copy that, control copy. And then so now we're going to go ahead and head over to PowerShell ICE. Okay. And so this Windows PowerShell script is going to allow logging information into a log file that we can then feed into Sentinel. So this is the automation aspect of what we're doing here today. So we're going to go ahead and hit File, we're going to hit New, and then we're going to type in this information here. And we're actually going to get the new API key that we created with the other application. So I'll cut back to it once I have it in there. Okay, so we are back. We went ahead and got our API key installed. And so we're going to go ahead and run this PowerShell script. Okay, so right now it doesn't have anything that it's read as of yet. So, oh, looks like it's already getting attempts in from other places. I'm thinking that this IP address that was provided to me by Microsoft Azure has already been used before. And so we have people right now, actually, if you can take a look here, from all over. So they're using the name administrator, North Holland. I think I saw some from the Philippines here. So we're going to go ahead and actually pause this script. Only because we only have 1,000 API calls with that free service here. So we don't want to max out quite yet. So, okay, so now that we know that the PowerShell script is running, we're actually going to see where it's running to. So if we go to where the log is being saved to, so we're going to go to Windows C drive, and we're actually going to go to View. Okay, and we're going to go to Hidden Items. Okay, and it's going to show program data, and it should be right here. It's going to be failed RDP. Okay, and so from the beginning, they actually give you some sample host ones. Okay, and then we have, I guess, other people right here already trying to access it. It looks like they're accessing it from India here, the ones that's hitting the most. We have a Netherlands right there. And so it's collecting their latitude, longitude, destination host, the user name that they're trying to use to sign in with. So they're using admin or administrator. This is why you shouldn't use default login credentials. And we've got the source host IP address. So they're trying to use that right there, North Holland. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that alone for now. We're gonna come back and rerun the script later, but we're actually gonna go into Microsoft Azure, fix a couple things here. Okay, so we got this, good to go. Let's see. So I was gonna do another login attempt to show you that it goes into the log. I'll do it anyway. No, it's okay. I don't need to do it because it's already showing other people trying to log in. Okay, so we are actually gonna go into Log Analytics workspace. We're gonna hit this right here. And we're going to go into custom logs. All right. And so we're going to go ahead and create a new custom log here. So it's going to want a sample file. So here's what we're going to actually do. Since the original file is actually living in the VM here, so we are going to go into, we're going to open this guy here. Okay, we're going to hit Control A, Control Copy. And then we're going to head over back into our regular desktop and we're going to create a new text file. Okay. We're going to go to text, notepad, excuse me. Okay, we're going to go ahead and paste this information into here. We're going to go file, we're going to save as. We're going to go ahead and just put it into the desktop. We're going to name it failed RDP underscore log build RDP1.log. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hit save. Close out of here. Let's go ahead and select that file. Okay, desktop, we're gonna do this one, build RDP1. We're gonna hit next. Okay, and it just shows us the information that it picked up from that file here. And so now we're going to go ahead and select the path. So we're going to select Windows. This is going to be for our virtual machine. So we're going to hit C:\/ program data. So that was that that file directory that we just got earlier. And then we're going to hit failed underscore RDP log backslash. Let's see if we got that information correct. C:\/ program data backslash failed underscore RDP.log. Let's double check our work here. Maybe I got something wrong. Should program data failed underscore RDP.log. Yep, looks to be correct. Is capital having anything to do with it? Oh, didn't need the other backslash. So we're gonna go ahead and hit next. Custom log name. Okay, we're gonna name this failed RDP with geo for geolocation. It doesn't need a description, so we're just going to go ahead and hit next, and we're going to go ahead and create that. Okay, so now that we've got our custom login order, we're going to go ahead and go to logs, and we're going to close this. We don't need this here. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and see if maybe we can get, we should see our new log, failed RDP with geo. We added it too recently. I don't think it's going to show up yet, and that was correct. So we're going to go to event, security event, excuse me. Security event. It should show some security events from our virtual machine. Let's see if it's already able to transfer those in. And yes, sure enough. And we could even try doing this. Security event. Where event ID is equal to, we could even do a security event where event ID is equal to 4625. And so we can actually see the different login attempts. So that definitely this machine has been in use. They've definitely been using it. This IP address is not the first time that someone's been using it. We have a lot of administrator attempts using different login credentials. But we'll go ahead and leave it as is for now. Next up, we're gonna go into, let's see, checking my notes here. So we're actually gonna wait. We're gonna wait for our log to generate some data. So we're gonna go ahead and head over into our PowerShell here, and we're going to go ahead and run this for a little while so that it starts feeding into our, oh, look at that, and it's already starting. I'm going to just let it run for a couple seconds because they are really attacking this machine. Okay, and I'm going to pause it again. I just want new log data to be fed into here. So this one, let's just compare to see if it's feeding the most recent information here. So 1420 for the timestamp. Let's take a look here. Yep, 1420. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wait for this custom log to start feeding into Microsoft Azure. So I'll go ahead and get back to you guys in just a little while. Back was about 15 minutes. So we're gonna go into logs now. Close out of this guy here, and we're gonna check our new custom log to see if it's feeding in yet. So failed. Oh, looks like we're just gonna run this one again. It's already pre-filled. Okay, so these are the logs that were being created with the different people trying to log in. So as you see, if we expand this raw data here, we can see these are the entries into our into our log file that we have on our virtual machine. So you see they're using admin, administrator. I think I saw someone use Azure client, something of that nature. Okay, but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna teach, oh, here it is, Azure user. We're actually gonna go ahead and drop this down here. We're gonna right click on it and we're gonna go ahead and extract fields. This is gonna train Azure into being able to parse out new data coming in. so that it knows what each of these items specifically means. So we're going to go ahead and start with latitude. So we're going to highlight latitude. We're going to write out latitude, and it's going to be a numeric value. So we're going to hit extract, and we're going to want to make sure that all of this data is correct on our log here. So if there is anything that is not matching up, this is the time to correct it. So far so good. It looks like it read everything just fine. So we're going to go ahead and save extraction, and we're actually going to do the same for the rest of the values. So we'll go ahead and just go through this really quickly. If you guys want, this is the point where you guys could skip ahead if you're not if you don't want to see me do this busy work. So we're going to do longitude. We're going to go to numeric, hit extract. We want to make sure, oh, you see right here, it got this one wrong. So we're going to go ahead and hit this button. We're going to modify this highlight, and we're going to select the right field, which is this guy here. Hit extract. Okay. So we got that one, and right here, it looks like we have to fix this next one. We're going to hit modify. For the longitude, we're going to go ahead and hit that, numeric, extract. Okay, let's see if that fixed the rest of the fields. Oh, looks like right here it did not even gather anything. You don't normally have to correct all of them. Usually, you see once you fix one, it'll fix the rest. You just want to make sure that everything else looks correct. Okay, in this case it does. So we're going to go ahead and hit next. Okay, everything looks great here. All right, so that is going to allow future log entries to have the new metadata that we just created, the different labels that we have. Our previous data is not going to show it. Okay, so we're going to go actually back to our custom logs, and that's okay. Okay, we're going to go to custom fields, and as we can see, these are our oh, you know what? I gotta delete this one. Let's fix it. So I'll go ahead and show you the correction. So we're gonna hit delete. Timestamp should not be a text value. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this. And we're gonna go back and fix that metadata. So we're gonna go back into logs. We'll run our most recent command here. It should bring everything up as it was. Okay. Again, right click, extract. Okay, so let's go ahead and select our timestamp. This time we're actually, instead of that, we're gonna do date and time, which is what we should have picked last time. Okay, and that should collect it just fine. This one shouldn't have any issues since it's the last one. The AI should be able to read it pretty easily. Okay, so go back to custom logs, hit okay, and check out our custom fields. Okay, everything looks good there. So we're actually going to allow new entries on our PowerShell script here. We're going to go ahead and run that again so that all new attempts are being logged and they're going to be properly labeled. So let's see, that's starting, and right away we're getting people trying to break in to this. We got a lot of people from Netherlands right now. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that this IP address has been exposed before, because they were on it right away. Okay, so we're all done there. We're all finished. So next up, we are gonna wait about 15 minutes so that our log entry here, it's already feeding into our virtual machine log, but it's gonna take a little while for Microsoft Azure to get this new data in. So I'll go ahead and get back with you guys in just a few, okay? Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and run my query again. And as we can see, there's quite a bit more data. And if we scroll towards the bottom and scroll over, we can see our new labels here. So we have all of the different custom labels that we created. So that means it's feeding well. And if we go over back to our virtual machine, we can see that this machine is being attacked constantly. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and minimize this. Okay, so next up, we are gonna go to Microsoft Sentinel. We're gonna hit on our Law Honeypot group here. We're gonna go into workbooks, and we're gonna create a new workbook. Okay, and we're gonna actually delete these pre-filled sections here. We won't be needing these metrics. We're gonna go ahead and just delete them. Now we're gonna run a new query. Okay, and I've already written up the query here, so I'll go ahead and just paste that in there. So we have our failed RDP with geo, and we're going to summarize by count, and we're going to go ahead and include source code or source host, latitude, longitude, country, label, destination host, and we're going to exclude sample host. So where destination host is not equal to sample host, and we're going to visualize that by map. Okay, so we're going to run this query. And so it's gonna go ahead and generate a map here for us. So we're gonna select for our latitude section, we're gonna do latitude, longitude will be longitude, of course. Everything else, we're gonna size by event count, okay. And color by event count. That looks good. The metric label, we're actually going to use label, okay? That's going to be the country, and we're going to select the metric value to be event count. So we're going to go ahead and apply these changes. And as we can see, save and close. We're going to go ahead and scroll down here. And as you can see, wow, just a little while, we've gotten all of these hits. So we've gotten 767 login attempts, failed login attempts from Netherlands, 593 from Tunisia, 260 from India, 69 from Russia. Looks like we have 62 from this null value here. So it looks like it doesn't show us where that null value might be. Let's see, maybe if we hover over, we've got 2 in the United States. 62. Ooh, okay, so this is some land right here, right outside of Africa. Interesting. Okay, I wonder if we can extract more of that. Interesting. Well, anyway, so that is a quick tutorial on how to use a virtual machine on Microsoft Azure. We went ahead and created that. We ran a custom script here on PowerShell to automate the logging of the login attempts, and we collected all of the geolocation, and then we fed that into a custom log file, this failed RDP. We, of course, had to open up our firewall here completely, which you should probably never do on your own machine. Well, anyway, that's it for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a lot. Yeah, and you have a good rest of your day.